On this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why empaths struggle to attract love and what they can really do about it. Well, empaths are individuals who are sensitive to energies around them. They can feel other people's emotions, they can feel energy shifts in the environment. And it's not like surface level understanding what others are going through. It's like they literally feel other people's emotions in their own body. They cannot differentiate between their energies and other people's energies, because as a child they learn how to tune themselves with others, to get out of their own frame and align their actions with their parents' emotional state, and they become highly intuitive of people's emotions. And this sensitivity basically stems from childhood traumas. So something that helped them as a child to cope with problems and survive is now blocking them from forming a healthy relationship. And when empaths get out of their frame to tune themselves to their environment, they project their energy outwards. It's somehow like they abandon themselves. And when they do that, they suppress their own emotions. They invalidate their own emotions, because as a child they learned that it doesn't matter how you feel. You gotta align your actions, you gotta align your decisions with mom and dad's emotional state. And as you know, your external reality is only a reflection of your internal reality. And when you abandon yourself, you don't have your sense of gravity inside yourself, and you cannot attract love in your life. And when they go in a relationship, they mostly suppress their own emotions. They don't value their own emotions. They invalidate how they feel, how they think about a certain situation. They don't set boundaries, and they abandon themselves to please their partner. And this is not an attractive characteristics, because when you don't project your consciousness outwards and call your energy back to yourself, you become attractive, you become magnetic. So what happens is that they grow up and they attract partners that resembles that characteristic of their parents. They attract narcissists in their lives who don't value their emotions, because they don't value their emotions. And they attract partners that has the same type of pattern and energy as their parents. And what happens is that they don't validate their own emotions, they don't prioritize their own needs, and their relationship reflects how they treat themselves. And what happens is that they look in their partners to validate them. But your relationship with yourself is what creates all the other relationships you have in your life. And now you feel disappointed. And there are 3 things that empaths need to learn to be able to form healthy relationships and attract love into their lives. They need to learn how to be in their own frame. They need to call their energy back to themselves and stop projecting their energy outwards. Because when they call their energy back to themselves, they form this coherent electromagnetic field around their body. And when they do that, they literally become a magnet. They become attractive, and they need to learn that to prioritize their own needs. It doesn't mean that they're selfish. It doesn't mean that you're selfish if you prioritize your own needs. You gotta focus your energy more to yourself. And the second thing that they need to learn is to express themselves without guilt or shame, because as a child, expressing how they really feel and think caused them trouble. And now in their relationships, they have this pattern that they don't really express, and this is not authentic. So they need to learn to express how they feel about a certain situation without feeling shame or guilt, and validate their own emotional state. It is really hard at the beginning because they need to be vulnerable. It was the hardest thing for me to express how I feel. And I ended up repelling these people in my life that I could have a really good relationship maybe if I expressed how I truly feel and I was more authentic and more vulnerable. But then I practiced. I did it enough times so that it has become easier for me now to express how I truly feel about the situation and set healthy boundaries. Even though sometimes I still struggle with it, but if you do this enough times, it becomes easier and easier for you to express yourself, to express your own needs, to express your emotions and how you think, how you really feel about a certain situation without feeling guilty, without feeling ashamed. When we're a child, we don't really understand that maybe our parents has something that they're going through, maybe they have some problems. We put our parents in pedestal, and it is really impossible for a child to think that my parents' behavior has nothing to do with me. Maybe they are going through something, but they adapt this belief, this core belief that there is something wrong with me and I'm the problem. And what helped them to cope with traumas as a child is what blocks them from forming healthy relationships and attracting love as an adult. And they grow up and they go into relationships, but they still have this subconscious beliefs that mirrors back to them in their relationships. So the most important thing for them to do is to work on their self-worth, to let go of this subconscious beliefs that there is something wrong with me. And this is what ruins all of our relationships, when we think that, okay, I'm not worthy enough. I'm not worthy enough to be loved. And sometimes we might find someone who truly loves us, but because it is not in alignment with our subconscious beliefs, we somehow ruin that relationships. We might just walk away from that relationship because it's not familiar to our identity. And personally, something that helped me enormously to work on my self-worth and break this subconscious belief that something is wrong with me and I'm not worthy of love. I wasn't really aware of it. I wanted to have a really good relationship. I wanted to be loved, but it was not in alignment with my subconscious beliefs. It was not familiar to my identity. So something that helped me big time was meditation. Meditations that help us to reprogram our subconscious mind. If you want a guided meditation for reprogramming your subconscious beliefs, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace, much love, and namaste.